Recording in progress.
Hola.
Vale, perfecto. Molt bon dia a tothom.
Good morning, everybody. Authorities, representative entities of commerce from Barcelona, retailers from our city. We are really happy to welcome you to this magnificent hall, Saló de Cent, in such a special day for Barcelona, a symbolic day for the local commerce of all Europe. 3 months ago, we met in Brussels in the first award ceremony of European capitals of local commerce. We had 9 shortlisted cities recognized for the commerce, for the local commerce. Barcelona won the title of capital, the European capital of small retail. Congratulations to everybody for the work and the effort. We thank this recognition. We also thank the representative of the EU, Kirsten Schreiber. We are also happy to have the representatives of Caldas da Rainha, Portuguese city recognized as a vibrant city, and Islandus, the Italian city, recognized as vanguard city. It's an honor to share with you this first recognition of the European Union to the commerce, the local commerce. This is the first time these titles are awarded for such an important job for the connection in our cities, in our European cities. So to start this special moment, we are going to take an official picture, so we would like you to stand up, please, so we will have a family photo, so that we have a memorabilia for this such beautiful moment.
Sí, sí. Compte. Que això mereix un aplaudiment quan acabem la foto.
Please, an applause.
Moltíssimes gràcies també als mitjans.
Thank you so much to all the media who are here present for immortalizing this award entitled to Barcelona, which is a reflection of all the efforts of all commerce entities, all the local authorities, this Barcelona City Council, to foster this connection. And now we just have the official launch with the Deputy Mayor for Social Rights, Economic Promotion and Work, Feminism, Democratic Memory of the Barcelona City Council, Raquel Gil. Welcome. Welcome, everybody, to this hall, a hall which is again magnificent to talk about commerce. welcome Kirsten Schreiber, Director of Chemicals, Bioeconomy and Retail from the European Union. Welcome Manuel Zafiro, representative of the EU in Barcelona. Your presence here is the best signal that this title is not just a symbol, but a commitment, a real commitment between Barcelona and Europe. Welcome Sara Lopez Franco, representative of Caldas de Rainha, winner of Vibrant City. Welcome Thomas Schuster Benvenuti, representative of Islando Cilantro, winner of Vanguard City. You are our brothers and sisters in this European project, so we are really happy to celebrate this launching with you. Finally, commissioners, presidents, retailers, friends, this is a really good day for Barcelona and for Europe, and for me it's an honor to start this title year of Barcelona.
Deixeu-me que sigui clara amb una cosa. Aquest any va de comerç i va de tot el que el comerç representa. Va de l'economia que construïm, de la societat que volem ser, de l'Europa que volem deixar als que vindran. Més justa, més sostenible, més humana. I el comerç local, el nostre comerç, és una part
commerce is a part of this response. Before speaking about the future, we have to recognize where we're coming from, because this title
we need to know
is not
where
the result
we
of
are coming from. This is the result of the collective work of a lot of people and entities.
The work of many people.
Please let me recognize a special entity that maybe we forgot to recognize. Luis Llanos.
Thank you,
Thank you very much. As I said, this is the result of the commitment of associations, of commercial districts that have fostered the local commerce and have worked with conviction to bring our model to Europe. This is the result of all the efforts of the candidacy team, who has made any alliances and forces to make this recognition possible. And also, of course, I would like to thank you all the work of Barcelona Acte, who has helped us to coordinate this candidacy and to build an ambitious proposal rooted into the reality of the city. This title is therefore a shared project, which is born in the industry, which is born with the entities, and which wants to bring together the whole of the city. We are living a lot of changes, a lot of tensions. And here in the Barcelona City Council, we have very clear which is the path to go.
We want to
a path with
a shared compromise and have a positive impact on citizens. And when we place the people at the core, we are very specific about this. So Jaume Collboni, our mayor, says that we want a city where people want to stay and people don't have to leave their neighborhoods because tourists are exiling them. People who can live without economic pressure. And small retail is one of the key pillars because it helps us build the neighborhood and the city and give the city their own life and motives to stay. So with this goal, Europe and their goals play a fundamental role in this world. Small retail is an important key factor, a real engine and a transformation factor. Barcelona has two elements that are distinctive and that have walked with us when defending this candidacy. The diversity, we are not talking about a commerce center, but a city of commerce with a historical center, with a deeply rooted commerce history that is unique and local. And the second element, which are the values, 5 values that define us or this model, and that will be the thread with the whole propositions that we will do in our title. Commerce is a part of our history in Barcelona. Shops are not only places to sell but to thread this fabric in the neighborhood, and to build our city. And these shops have been in different generations, so we have to protect them and protect this legacy with the renovation of the emblematic catalog and with the titles of over 5, 10, 25 years of business. We have the capacity to connect and link people. Retailers know their clients, they participate in the life of the neighborhood, and they connect the social needs. So commerce is collective welfare, and it allows us to prevail our citizens and let them stay in the city. Xarxarrades that connects people with unwanted loneliness show this. In the third place, sustainability. We want a model of commerce that is more responsible, with less environmental impact, that reduces transportation and contributes to a more balanced economy. During this year, we will foster sustainable economy projects, and with this, we will try to protect the environment. Local commerce or small retail has always adapted to social change and technological change. So we have now different challenges, and we have to adapt to different tools, and we will share knowledge and launch different projects and different technologies for them to be more competitive. Then entrepreneurship. We understand commerce as a place for new ideas and new talents, so therefore we will support the creation of businesses and support the generational transition. Nowadays, this year we're going to have a commercial fair, and finally, identity, cohesion, innovation, and entrepreneurship. These are values. They are not abstract. We've seen them in the words of people who will share their experiences with us. This is our Barcelona model. You are the Barcelona model. And with this mentality, we can export our way to do things to Europe. We have a program of over 200 activities in the next months, and we will have the participation of different districts of the city. We will champion small retail, give it value, and make people purchase in small retail. I want to thank DG Grow, the European Union, and the entities in our city. Thank you for seeing in Barcelona an inspiring proposal. Your trust is an honor, and also to the entities in the sector, the commercial access. Thank you for building this candidacy. Without you, none of this would be possible, and it wouldn't make sense. And Cilantro and Caldes de Raïnya and the other shortlisted cities in our category, Zaragoza and Utrecht. I want to say that we have lots to learn from one another, and this is going to be our year. So thank you, all of you who contribute to Barcelona's small retail, all of you who every day open your shops, bring clients in, the ones that take risks, innovate, create community, and citizens who are opting for the commerce that the city has to offer. Thank you for making people feel at home in their neighborhoods. All of you are the heart of our city. Happy title year for all of you, and thank you very much.
Moltíssimes gràcies. Tenim per davant un any que de veritat és que ens fa moltíssima il·lusió amb tots aquests actes.
This year is really exciting for us with all these challenges. This is the first time the EU has provided these awards to small retail. This initiative was born in the pandemics. with Imprimis Europa and Barcelona Comerç. This was approved 3 years ago by the European Parliament. This has been possible due to the effort of many entities of small retail and also to the boost of the Barcelona City Council. So the European Union has decided to put the small retail to the center of all the cities, and this is something that we would like to thank them on. The small retailers are the heart of these communities. Their good practices in the support of small retailers are inspiring for a positive change all around Europe. According to the words of Deputy Mayor, this would help us to have a more human Europe. Christine Schreiber, thank you so much for being here, Director for Chemicals, Bioeconomy and Retail from the Director General for Internal Market, Industry, Entrepreneurship and SMEs. Thank you. The floor is yours.
Madam Deputy Mayor, representatives and community of Barcelona and other cities present, retailers, distinguished guests, señoras y señores. Me alegro mucho de estar aquí hoy con ustedes.
I'm really happy to be here today with you, but I'm going to speak in English because it's easier for
me to address you here today in this wonderful hall, which reminds me a bit of our wonderful city hall in Brussels as well, to celebrate this very special moment. The designation of Barcelona as a European Capital of Small Retail 2026 and the official launch of the Barcelona's program of activities which are associated to this title. Allow me first to warmly congratulate the city, its local authorities, its retailers, and all the many partners who have contributed to this achievement. This recognition reflects a long-standing commitment to supporting local commerce and to keeping the heart of the city vibrant and alive, both for citizens and visitors. And you also deserve a special thank you for having really put this issue high on the agenda of the European Parliament, where there's now a big awareness of the importance of retail. And today's event, I think, sends a very strong message. Small retail has a future in Europe, and that future is worth investing in. Across Europe, retail is undergoing significant transformations. The green and digital transitions, evolving consumer habits, and of course demographic changes are all reshaping the way businesses operate and the way our cities function. So for small retailers, these developments can be very challenging, but they also create opportunities to innovate, to build more sustainable business models, and to strengthen connections with local communities. And this is precisely where Barcelona shows the way forward. Small retail is far more than just an economic activity. It's a key element of the social and cultural life of our cities. Local shops create meeting places, strengthen neighborhood identity, and contribute to attractive and lively town centers. Across the European Union, the retail ecosystem represents millions of businesses and tens of millions of jobs. But what truly defines the sector is the role it plays in our everyday lives, connecting producers and consumers, supporting local supply chains, and really shaping the character of our communities. This is why supporting small retail is not only an economic priority, it's really also a social and a territorial one. So the European Capital of Small Retail is a European Union's initiative, was created to highlight cities that really understand this role and act on it. Cities that develop creative solutions, foster sustainability and digitalization, support entrepreneurship, and invest in those vibrant, resilient urban centers, they do deserve recognition. And Barcelona stood out among the large cities participating precisely because of its vision. The city has shown a strong partnership between local authorities, retailers, and the community, and shows that this can create an environment where small businesses can thrive. And by supporting local commerce, promoting innovation, and strengthening the attractiveness of the city center, Barcelona demonstrates that small retail can remain dynamic and competitive, even in a rapidly changing world. But this title is not only a recognition for past achievements, it's most of all an opportunity and a responsibility. As a European Capital of Small Retail 2026, Barcelona is a role model for other European cities, and together with the two other capitals, Caldas-Arenya and Cilandro-Schlanders, an ambassador for small retail in Europe. And over the coming years, your city will have the opportunity to showcase all the initiatives, share experiences, and highlight the policies that have helped your local retail sector flourish. And seeing Barcelona's ambitious program of activities, I'm very confident that the year will bring visibility to this new European initiative and Barcelona's excellent solutions in preserving and transforming the retail sector. And by sharing its good practices, Barcelona can really inspire other municipalities and help shape new approaches to supporting local commerce. In this way, the city will not only celebrate its own success, but will also actively contribute to strengthening small retail across Europe. And this is our objective. And it's fully aligned with the European Commission's broader efforts to support the competitiveness and the resilience of the retail ecosystem. Also, through the single market strategy, the European Commission is working to create a business environment where SMEs can grow, innovate, and reach new customers across Europe. A stronger, simpler, and more integrated single market is essential for enabling small retailers to fully benefit from Europe's economic opportunities. But EU policies also need implementation on the ground, in our cities and in the daily work of entrepreneurs and local authorities, to make real change happen. And that's why initiatives like the European Capital of Small Retails are so important. They highlight what works, and they create networks of cities and stakeholders. And they help spread innovative solutions across Europe. So Barcelona, together with the other winning and finalist cities, will build a community of cities committed to supporting those vibrant local retail ecosystems. And throughout 2026, your city will demonstrate how local leadership can make a real difference, thanks to the events, the European Capital of Small Retail Exchange Program, and other initiatives. And I would like to stress that as all winners of the 2026 edition, your city will serve as an example of successful retail revitalization policies for the joint European Commission OECD project, Local Retail, Global Trends. And then you will certainly inspire others and contribute to a stronger and more resilient small retail sectors across the EU. So I'm really very confident that Barcelona will embrace this role as European Capital of Small Retail with energy, creativity, and ambition. And when cities invest in their local retailers, they invest in the vitality of their communities, in the attractiveness of their urban spaces, and ultimately in the future of Europe's economy. So thank you very much for your attention. I'm very much looking forward to this event, spending the whole day looking at the different aspects of retail in Barcelona, and I wish us all a very good day. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your words, Christine Schneider. Un eslògan que ens ha dit, local retail can make the difference.
El comerç local pot fer la diferència. Another slogan with us is small retail, big impact. So the entity, the agency providing this recognition is the executive agency for SMEs. The head of unit, Natalia Martinez Paramo, has provided us a video of congratulation.
Buenos días. Es un gran placer para mí hoy acompañaros como jefa de unidad del equipo ISMEA, responsable de la implementación de los premios Capitales Europeas del Comercio de Proximidad. En enero nos reunimos en Bruselas para celebrar a las ciudades de todo el continente.
Petit problema amb el missatge institucional rebut des d'aquesta agència que és la que lliura els guardons per primera vegada en la història de la Comissió Europea.
There's been a small problem with the video projection for this intervention. There's a technical difficulty. We would like to have the head of the unit here with us, but this was not possible. Just some minutes more. She is Natalia Martinez, head of unit of this executive agency, ISMEA, the European Innovation Council, and SME's executive agency. and they have participated in the European Capital of Small Retail Prices. For all the support that the local authorities provide to the small retailers and small business. Let's see if we can resume the video from Natalia Martinez. And if it's not possible, we will try to do it later on. Let's try on it. Thanks.
Buenos días. Es un gran placer para mí hoy acompañaros como jefa de unidad del equipo ISMEA, responsable de la implementación de los premios Capitales Europeas del Comercio de Proximidad. En enero nos reunimos en Bruselas para celebrar a las ciudades de todo el continente que ejemplifican la excelencia en el apoyo al pequeño comercio. Los premios Capitales Europeas del Comercio de Proximidad se otorgaron por primera vez a 3 ciudades en 3 categorías para el año 2026. Barcelona presentó su candidatura para convertirse en Capital Europea del Comercio de Proximidad en la categoría de Ciudad Visionaria, para aquellas ciudades con más de 250.000 habitantes. 3 ciudades finalistas compitieron por el título y el equipo de Barcelona superó una dura competencia gracias a una excelente presentación que convenció, sin duda alguna, al jurado europeo para seleccionarla como ganadora. Por tanto, enhorabuena a todas las autoridades municipales, a todos los representantes y también a mi equipo en ISMEA responsable de estos premios. Hoy me siento muy orgullosa de participar en esta ceremonia oficial que marca el lanzamiento del programa anual de actividades de Barcelona. Lamentablemente, nuestros compromisos laborales no nos han permitido estar hoy presentes físicamente en el evento, pero os puedo asegurar que seguiremos de cerca esta próxima fase de implementación junto con la Dirección General GRO, Dirección General del Mercado Interior, Industria, Emprendimiento y Pymes, y la empresa encargada de la logística. El premio Capital Europea del Comercio de Proximidad es un prestigioso reconocimiento a las ideas, a las promesas y a los compromisos de vuestra ciudad, pero también conlleva responsabilidades. Barcelona debe demostrar ahora que puede convertirse en embajador a nivel europeo, ejemplificando la excelencia, el dinamismo y las iniciativas de calidad que demuestran que sois merecedoras del galardón. En este sentido, la sostenibilidad, la innovación, el impacto de la comunidad, la preparación digital y la resiliencia del pequeño comercio reflejan las necesidades de las ciudades europeas para ayudarlos a estos pequeños comerciantes a crecer, adaptarse y a mantenerse como eje fundamental de la vida local. Por ello, en las próximas semanas espero conocer mucho más en detalle cuáles son aquellas iniciativas de Barcelona para fortalecer las economías locales, para preservar la identidad cultural y fomentar una vida urbana vibrante en el contexto del pequeño comercio. Barcelona ha iniciado 2026 como Capital Europea del Comercio de Proximidad, que incluye 12 meses de visibilidad, 12 meses de promoción y 12 meses de intercambio de conocimientos a nivel europeo. ISMEA os invita y os anima a aprovechar al máximo este año, ya que representa una gran oportunidad para demostrar liderazgo, intercambiar ideas, aprender de iniciativas locales inspiradoras y celebrar el papel vital que desempeñan los pequeños comerciantes en la configuración de ciudades visionarias. Vuestro programa de actividades será, por tanto, crucial para demostrar cómo Barcelona puede apoyar al pequeño comercio y actuar como un verdadero embajador europeo en este ámbito. Por nuestra parte, nos esforzaremos por ayudaros, así como a las demás ciudades ganadoras, a seguir creciendo. Más allá del propio concurso, el programa Capital Europea del Comercio de Proximidad está construyendo una comunidad europea de ciudades comprometidas con la promoción del pequeño comercio. A lo largo de este año 2026, las ciudades ganadoras del título Capital Europea del Comercio de Proximidad se beneficiarán de las oportunidades de establecer contactos, participando también en un programa de intercambio con las otras ciudades. Por ello, animamos a todas las ciudades ganadoras y finalistas a compartir experiencias y a generar un impacto a largo plazo en Europa que contribuya a revitalizar el pequeño comercio y a fomentar entornos locales prósperos. Una vez más, mi más sincera enhorabuena a Barcelona por haber sido elegida capital europea del comercio de proximidad en la categoría de ciudad visionaria. Os deseo un lanzamiento inspirador del programa de actividades como Capital Europea del Comercio de Proximidad.
An applause, please,
Per aquestes paraules
for these words that undoubtedly give us some force. We are ambassadors from the initial days of the year, but we are launching the activities today, and it's going to be a program which is inspiring for all of us and also for all the European cities. As all entities have expressed, we have already created a community of cities with the 3 winners of these first awards to European Capital of Small Retail. Right now we will be able to meet the other cities, the other winner cities. The first one is Caldas de Rainha, recognized as vibrant city because the commerce, the retail, is part of the life of the city. They have recognized that from its historic market and to the small retailers, they are an example of how the small retail can connect people and communities. Jury recognizes their capacity to evolution, to progress, while respecting the traditions. We could leave their official launch, and we are really happy today to be able to share this capitality with them. So with you, Sarah Lopez Franco, Digital Commercial District Manager of Caldas de Rainha. Thank you for being here.
Bom dia.
Good morning.
Thank you very much for the opportunity to introduce you to Caldas da Rainha. Caldas da Rainha is a city you can cross on foot, but more important, a community you can belong to. In January this year, we present our vision. Today, we are here as European Capital of Small Retail 2026 in a vibrant category. Not to present ideas, but to share what we are already building. A city where small retail is not just an economic activity, but a way of caring, a way of creating community, and a way of connecting people. So, join us and let's discover Caldas da Rainha together.
Join us as we share our story, vision and goals. Our story begins here, over 500 years ago, when Queen Leonor created a pioneering thermal hospital, and with it a city founded on care. It's a city shaped at a human scale, where retail is part of everyday life, and squares and markets are places to meet and showcase a city made of art and its many artists and artisans. In Caldas da Rainha, retail drives the green transition, and neighbourhoods are spaces of inclusion and entrepreneurship. This human, creative urban model, in which tradition inspires innovation, is what Caldas da Rainha brings to Europe.
But what really defines us is not our size, is proximity. And proximity allows us to test faster, to adapt faster, and to create visible impact in people's daily lives. Caldas da Rainha was founded in the 15th century by Queen Leonor with the creation of the world's first thermal hospital. Our city was born from care. Care for people, care for health, care for those who arrive and stay. And this legacy still shapes how we understand commerce today. retail in our city is not transactional, it is relational. In Caldas da Rainha, small retail is just not a sector, it is an economic and cultural infrastructure. Activities of proximity-based urban economies such as tourism, retail, food services and business support represent more than 50% of establishments, more than 50% of employment and more than 60% of our local turnover. Praça da Fruta, the only open-air daily market active for more than 500 years, is a daily example of this reality. It is just not a market, it is a meeting point between producers, retailers and community. At the same time, as a UNESCO creative city, creativity flows directly into commerce through ceramics, design and local production. Here, retail, culture and tourism are not separate. They are part of the same ecosystem. Sustainability in our city is not a concept. It is already being implemented and in practice. Through initiatives such as Bio Rainha, we are integrating circular economy into everyday commerce and services. From waste collection and eco-islands to repair initiatives, second-hand markets, and new tools such as smart bins and eco-centers, what is working is that sustainability is becoming visible and tangible in the city. The challenge, of course, is ensuring that all businesses adopt this practice and maintain them over time. At the same time, we are building a strong and connected local ecosystem. Municipality, business associations, startups, schools and private organizations are working together, supporting entrepreneurs, activating vacant spaces and creating new opportunities. What is working is co-creation and collaboration between the municipality, the associations and the private initiatives. In fact, this is what a true community is really about. So the challenge is, of course, is maintaining alignment or long-term engagement between all these sectors. One of our biggest transformations is digital. But our approach is very clear. We are not digitalizing retail, we are humanizing retail. The Bairro Comercial Caldas da Rainha is our digital commercial district, the project that I'm managing. It brings together commerce, culture, tourism and community into one integrated ecosystem. At its center, it is a multilingual marketplace designed to extend local retail beyond physical boundaries, particularly focused on those who have an emotional connection to the city worldwide. Alongside this, we are developing a mobile application, data-driven tools, and smart infrastructure, including smart and refrigerated lockers that support more flexible hybrid shopping experiences. The goal is simple: to take the proximity that defines our city and translate it into the digital space, to ensure that local businesses remain competitive, visible, and connected into a rapidly changing economy. At the same time, we are activating the city physically. Through markets, anchor events, the creation of pop-up stores, cultural routes, and artistic interventions in the public space. What is working is very clear. There are more people in the streets, more visibility for local businesses, and a stronger sense of identity. The challenge is maintaining this dynamic through all the year, not only during the specific events. So, what we are showcasing is a more vibrant city, with more people in the streets and stronger connections between commerce, culture and community. But this dynamic is not guaranteed. And this is where our biggest challenge begins. The biggest challenge we are facing is mindset. Today, the problem is not that people buy online. The problem is that they do not always understand the impact of where they are buying. Buying local supports families, helps keep cities safer, and improves quality of life. It is not just consumption, it is an investment in the community. So let me ask you all a simple question. What does a click really cost?
foi barato e até foi rápido. Mas quem paga a fatura? O impacto dos gigantes do e-commerce tradicional e consequências na vida das cidades, dos comerciantes e do cidadão comum. O que parece apenas uma compra online pode estar a apagar a vida das nossas ruas e a torná-las mais inseguras. Pode estar a comprometer um negócio com anos de história, a economia de muitas famílias. Mas o problema não é o comércio online, é não comprar local. Porque se formos a ver, a loja do Sr. Gil também tem aquela torradeira que a Joana mandou vir online e variou em 3 tempos. A drogaria do Hugo tem aquele produto de limpeza que faz milagres. A Mariana tem cerâmica linda, com peças únicas que mais ninguém tem. E se a Joana tivesse ido à loja da Alda, tinha experimentado a camisola e tinha a certeza que ela servia. Cada compra local mantém viva uma loja, um negócio. Tem impacto na economia de uma família, na ideia do empreendedor, no talento do artesão. Cada compra local contribui para ruas mais vivas e mais seguras. Por isso, escolha com consciência, porque cada escolha tem um preço. Na rua ou no digital, prefira sempre o comércio tradicional. Bairro Comercial Caldas da Rainha. O comércio tradicional não tem preço, tem valor.
So, this is where our challenge becomes clear. We need to support the digital adoption of small retailers. We need to ensure alignment between multiple stakeholders working together. We need to scale what works without losing identity and proximity. And we need to maintain long-term engagement from businesses, institutions, and citizens. So our response is both practical and cultural. We invest in training and continuous support. We are creating participatory governance through a living council of retail and services. We test locally, measure impact, and scale step by step. And we communicate to make visible what is often invisible. Because every click has a cost in local jobs, in empty streets, in the loss of small businesses, and in the life of our cities, even when we do not see it. So it is fair to say that the question is no longer digital or physical. The question is impact. In Caldas da Rainha, we use technology to enforce proximity, not to replace it. To support local business, to connect people, and to keep our cities alive. Because local commerce does not have a price. It has value. Economic value, social value, human value. And that is why in our city we care for people, for business and for community. We create new opportunities, new connections and new way of growing. And we tell a shared story of identity, belonging and future, where tradition inspires innovation. Thank you. Gracias.
Thank you. Thank you, Sara López. Moltíssimes gràcies per mostrar-nos...
Thank you very much for showing us your city, your beautiful city, with this city center so alive and your inspiring proposals. And this European capital gives us the chance to get to know different experiences and other places and sharing this community that fosters local commerce for the positive impact on our communities and our lives. Right now, we'll get to know the experience of Schlanters, the vanguard city, recognition to smaller cities up to 50,000 inhabitants. In this case, the jury valued the commitment with the local life And it became an example of how small cities can successfully foster small retail, and also the innovation on the generational transition. Thank you for being here. We will hear now Thomas Schuster, the interim project coordinator.
Muchas gracias a todos.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Sarah, for the inspiring look at what Caldas da Rainha is building. It's always really interesting to see how different our places are in scale and in geography, and yet at the same time how similar the challenges are. I come from Flanders, Cilandro. We have two names, one in German, one in Italian. And we are the first vanguard city of the European capitals of small retail. We are a town of 6,000 inhabitants in the Italian Alps. It's about 300 times smaller than Barcelona. And yet, I believe that we all here face the same core question. How do we keep our town centers alive, safe, and livable? Let me start by showing you where we are. Flanders sits at the tri-border of Italy, Austria, and Switzerland. We are the service hub for our valley of about 35,000 people, bilingual by nature, German and Italian. Many of us are quite fluent in English, so we are used to thinking across borders. Differently from many other towns in our alpine area, we don't rely on mass tourism. Many towns in our region see about 200 overnight stays per resident. We average just 15. So I can say we are not a destination. We are a real town where people live, work, and raise their families. There's always something in the way. I'm Italian enough to speak with my hands, so it's, yeah. Flanders, we call ourselves a 7-minute city. My children, they can walk or cycle to school, to the sports club, to the library, even to the forest, all within 7 minutes. But it's not only about distance. This is about independence for a 10-year-old boy who can safely walk to school by himself. And it's also about dignity for an 80-year-old who doesn't need a car to buy groceries. It's just sustainability that doesn't feel like a sacrifice. It's part of quality of life. And our secret is cooperation. We have 100 associations with together about 1,500 volunteers. That's a quarter of our population. And this is the European community-led local development spirit in action. 10 days ago, we launched our title year as Vanguard City. And we didn't just cut a ribbon, we made a declaration. The Flanders Declaration is a call to action for Europe's policymakers. It contains 7 principles that we believe should guide retail policy, not just in Flanders, Cilandro, but across Europe. It's not a list of demands, it's more an offer of partnership. We said we will experiment, we will document, we will share our successes and also our failures. We will be an open source laboratory for rural retail, and we invite anyone who shares these values to sign the declaration together with us. Let me briefly walk you through the 7 principles. Number 1, the principle of common good. Local retail is a public infrastructure. Like schools, like hospitals, it deserves political attention, not just market forces. Second principle is about the vibrant center. Town centers are the living room of our communities. They need care, investment, and life. Number 3, proximity. Regional means resilient. The pandemic taught us short chains are secure chains. Principle number 4 is about competitive fairness. Equal rules for all who sell. The small shopkeeper pays full taxes, while the global platforms pay almost nothing. Number 5 is about secured succession. This is very important for us. We want that no knowledge must be lost. A generation of retailers is about to retire, and we need to pass the torch. Principle number 6 is about human digitalization. The technology should empower people, not replace them. And principle number 7, very important for us who are living in a small town, is the principle of being heard. Small places need a loud voice. What works in a big city like Barcelona may not work in a mountain valley, and vice versa. Today, I want to briefly show you how we put some of these principles in action. Let's start with succession, because I know this is a challenge also to you here in Barcelona. 1 out of 4 of retail businesses in our province don't have a succession plan. For us, we have, we are small. I said we have about 70 retail stores. 20 of them alone don't know how they are going to pass on the torch. And this pattern repeats across Europe. And when a shop closes, it's not just an economic loss. A meeting place disappears, a piece of local identity is lost, community life is weakened. Our response is a program called Be the Next Boss. We connect retiring owners with aspiring entrepreneurs. We provide mentorship and knowledge transfer between generations. We offer legal and financial guidance for both sides. And we give young people the chance to test their ideas in pop-up retail labs before they commit. The successors are already here. They just need a bridge. The third principle in our declaration is proximity. Let me translate that into something more concrete. In Cilandro, we are launching slow shopping. The idea is simple. Shopping shouldn't be a chore you do alone in your car. It should be a part of your daily walk. Stress-free mobility, human interaction, professional service, these are the engines of resilient retail. When people walk, they linger. They stop for a coffee, they chat with the shopkeeper, they come back. And that's our most effective answer to online retail. We prioritize pedestrian routes, embed repair cafes and upcycling workshops into our street. We connect food with shopping. These are all tactile human services that can't be ordered online and shipped in a box. Our sixth principle is human digitalization. We asked ourselves a simple question: how can a 60-year-old shopkeeper compete in the Amazon era? Our answer is the Mir app. Mir means we in our local dialect. It's one app connecting all local retailers with their clients. Bonus programs, promotions, discounts, all is in one place. It's a digital twin of our town center. You browse online, but you buy local. The key is the low threshold. Even non-digital natives can participate. We don't leave anyone behind. And here's the result. The app has now expanded across all of our province of South Tyrol. What started in Flanders is becoming regional infrastructure. All of this is anchored at Basis Finchgau Venosta. This is our innovation hub. A very interesting story. It's where in the old Druso barracks, the barracks stood for decades as a monument to our region's difficult history. It was a site built under a fascist rule, and the site that represented division and the military past. Since 2019, we have transformed them into a rural-urban innovation hub. The startups, creatives, researchers, and local retailers now share a space there for economy, education, culture, and community. We built this with 6,000 residents, no metropolitan budget, no big university on site, just the political will, creative people, and a building that nobody else wanted. If we can do it, so can any town in Europe. So, what can we, as a remote small town, offer the rest of Europe? We can try with open knowledge. Everything we learn, we document and share. No patents, no secrets, an open source toolkit for a small town retail. The exchange program is starting soon, so please come and visit us. We will visit you. Real peer learning between European capital of small retail cities. Retailers meeting retailers. And then the Schlanders Declaration. There's 7 principles for small retail, as you heard, and an invitation. We want to be a voice for the small communities across Europe who risk losing local retail as a pillar of social cohesion. Of course, we don't have all the answers, but we are willing to experiment, to fail, and to share what we learn. 500 years ago, our ancestors built the church tower. You see in the picture. Church tower that is almost 100 meters high. And at the time, it was one of the 20 tallest buildings in Europe. So, we still don't know exactly why a small town in the middle of the mountains aimed so high. But they did. And the tower still stands. Today, we don't build in stone anymore. We build relationships, knowledge, and trust. Small retail has a future in the mountains, in the villages, in great cities like Barcelona. But that future requires also political will. It requires intelligent frameworks. It requires the courage to swim against the tide for a Europe that leaves no one behind. Moltes gracias a tots. Construim alguna cosa.
Thank you very much to all of you. Let's build something together for the whole of Europe.
Moltes gràcies. Thanks very much, Thomas Schuster, for your inspiration talk. I think we can visit Caldes de Raïnya, Cilandro, maybe this summer. If you don't have a destiny, I think it could be greatest places to also learn something else about local commerce. Coneixement, construir relacions.
Knowledge building, relations. This is what will bring us all this small retail project. So now we will target Barcelona, who has won the title as a European capital of small retail because it recognizes the identity of neighborhoods. Retail, small retail, are a part of how the city is built and how people live in it, creating a strong sense of community. It recognizes the long-term strategy, and that fosters generation transition and the adaptation to change without losing the touch to community. According to the jury, we are very eager to hear what it means to have this title and what this title year would involve here in Barcelona. So please, Nadia Quevedo, Commissioner for Economic Promotion, Trade and Restaurants in the Barcelona City Council. Thank you, and let's see what this year has to offer. Authorities, friends, I think I need the device for the presentation. Thank you.
L'any 2026,
In 2026, Barcelona has been recognized as the first European capital of small retail in the visionary category. This is a recognition for a key sector in our city, a diverse sector where everybody contributes with their vision and a unique model. This diversity, plus the collaboration among retailers and public entities, is what has made us achieve such an important recognition. This offers us a strategic opportunity to create a structural legacy that is shared and that is useful, both for the city, but for the whole of Europe too. Therefore, we've designed a program that fosters local commerce, giving it visibility and improving their competitivity with talent and innovation. It champions its element as a social cohesion factor, and it becomes a referent in their values, identity, social cohesion, sustainability, innovation, and entrepreneurship. This title year is a city project through the 10 districts, and the 40 commercial axes are participating, as well as the public administrations involved. It is the result of co-work with all the factors, all the agents. We have 22 projects throughout the year, and this is not a closed project or program, it's a live program that will keep growing with new initiatives. We want for 2026 be the big title year. And to illustrate this deployment, I'd like to highlight some of the most relevant projects. We will improve the visibility of commerce and their role in the evolution of commerce. The local commerce fair on 8-9 of May will be a meeting point with the citizens and will strengthen the links and the sector to the future. In the frame of the Grand Depart Tour at the front, we will have many activities through the districts, linking the local commerce activity and the international projection. This year, commerce will be the main factor of our Christmas. We will link the celebration of the European Christmas capital with this European capital of small retail. We will integrate commerce, culture, and city, and we will have a great economical and social impact. All this will go together with a comprehensive strategy to foster the purchases among Barcelonians and everybody who is visiting us. We also want to reflect strategically in regard to the challenges of our future. We will use our projection role to link ourselves to other cities in Europe. We will participate in the European Forum of Cities and Regions for Local Commerce, and this will show the future of European cities. The European Conference of Benchmarking that will foster the exchange with Utrecht and Zaragoza. This will create useful knowledge for the sector, or also the local commerce observatory, and this will contribute to all the sector with the data in our city. This data will build a solid base from which to build policies and strategies to collaborate in the public and private sector. We will also launch projects that will consolidate the future of commerce, because we want to leave a tangible legacy for the future. and have this Mediterranean identity prevail. We will present this strategic plan, this roadmap that will showcase the tools and the activities that we will create from the Barcelona City Council for the growth of the sector, to contribute to the well-being of our citizens. The markets are also a key element in Barcelona, but also much needed in our plan that aims to consolidate a sustainable and integrated plan. Barcelona launches an initiative of subsidies that opens to the innovation framework with up to 4 winning solutions with granting over €200,000 to cover different challenges in the sector. We have a program called Impulsem el que fas. It's a program developed by Barcelona Activa, and that this year will have new features that will help local commerce. Saló del Comerç, or Commerce Hall, the deputy mayor also mentioned it, a space of professionals with exhibitions, with innovative solutions and workshops to improve the quality of our commerce with all the tools at their disposal. Social cohesion programs. Barcelona is a pioneer in local commerce projects. The Radas projects, Purple Points are success cases, and we will keep fostering them along with other cities. The project of flagship commerce, they are active and paramount actors in our project, and we're working on a program to protect not only their physical legacy, but also their activity and their singularity. We're also the STEM Comerç de Barcelona, to identify and recognize the commerce that are aligned with the values that lie behind the ideal city that we want. I highlighted some of the activities. The deputy mayor also mentioned some. It's not a closed program, but a live one, so it will keep growing. Let me finish with a reflection. Local commerce is more than an economic activity. It's a key to protect the right to remain in the city, because remaining in the city means being able to live within it and work in it. And our commerce, our small retail, makes it possible because it generates opportunity. Over 13% of our GDP, protects and keeps our streets active, and it strengthens the social cohesion. Where we have commerce, we have life, and where we have life, we have a city. Let's keep working all together to make this 2026 the big year of our European capital of small retail. Thank you.
Moltíssimes gràcies, comissionada, amb tota aquesta feinada de projectes.
Thank you very much, Commissioner. All these projects to make more visible, to launch, to boost, all this work that we do from our local commerce. This is a very active year, the one that we have ahead. And let's see in this video a little test what we're going to have.
And the winner is Barcelona.
So this is make it visible to share, so we can all share our aim, our love for the small retail, both from the local authorities, from the Barcelona City Council and from the UE. We are just eager to share the retail with you. We are now having a break in the Gothic Gallery, and afterwards we are going to share with you some emblematic retailers, stories that made our city very special. We are going to talk about innovation, about generational shift, about all this just in a while.
Recording stopped. Recording in progress.
comerç local. Com heu anat sentint, aquí ja tenim un debat bastant
As you have seen, we have a discussion and a networking amongst all the small retailers that are giving vitality to the Barcelona city centers. We are now going to tackle some of the challenges such as the innovation, the generational shift, all this role of the small retail as a tool for social cohesion. We have with us May Marquez, owner of Arte Decoració, a shop in Zona Franca, the Marina neighborhood. She's the president of the retailers. We have with us Núria Raja and Neil Montaner, founder. She's the founder and CEO of Raima. And Neil Montaner is a marketing director, and he's the second generation who is already at the forefront of the shop. We also have Jordi Arias, owner of BBT and president of San Antoni Comerç Eix Comercial, and Salvador Sanz, owner of Cafés Magnifico. Let's start this sharing of experiences. Let's share how is your daily life and how are we going to receive this title year of Barcelona as European capital of the small retailers. Let's talk about innovation. Let's start with Cafés El Magnifico. I think that your history goes back to 1919 and you kept on growing, opening a new place. Thank you for being here, Salvador Sanz. Please explain us a little bit your experience in this sense. I'm the third generation of retailers in my family in Barcelona. The second were coffee roasters. This next generation, I'm already 65 years old, so we are already working on the generational shift. During all this long history, obviously the world has changed a lot has happened, and we had to adapt to whatever happened. Obviously, being coffee roaster implies that the machines that we work with, which are the machines to roast the coffee, have been changed all along the way, and we are retailers. We are not engineers, we are not botanical experts, we're not chemists, but our duty as retailers is to be up to date of whatever happens on our work, our job. We have the raw materials, we have this transformed material, and we have all the experience. So that means that every year we know that, for instance, our raw material is the one being the basis of most scientific papers in every year. We need to be up to date in our industry. We need to be up to date with all the technology to transform this material. And we need to know how to apply this, and we cannot wait for 1 year or two. We need to apply it immediately to improve our job. I love a lot my job. I still love it like the first day. I loved as well my business because this is my vital project. So I do really enjoy having it up to date and how to make our clients' experience better day after day. What can we do as retailers? You say tradition inspires innovation. Which innovations have you included that you can share with us? Well, first of all, I'd say that I was the first one just providing specialty coffee from 2010, 2015. This has been a fashion, but it was not before. I just changed my parents' shop, Vin la Lettre, in a specialty coffee shop, so I was sort of pioneering. At the technology level, the roasters, we can buy a roaster, and I think that I've already bought 6 roasters so far. The latest ones were bought 3 years ago. They are made in the United States. They are the most up-to-date technology machines existing right now. And right now, in the street Argenteria shop that has recently been refurbished, we are going to implement a new machine with a high technology level that's going to provide direct experiences with the consumer on the roaster side. When you were asking before, sorry because I'm just taking more time, apart from all this, I am a retailer loving shops. I love shops. I'm not only looking at my shop, but I love other shops. Look at what are they doing, how are they decorated, what products do they sell. And I think that this is probably sort of innovating as well. Just look at the trends. I like to implement innovations on packaging. We are the design city. I've also liked to have a very nice packaging. Well, my parents left me a really small shop, 70 square meters shop in Grenier-Miralles in Born neighborhood, and I was already worried to just hire a graphic designer, because normally we had an industrial engineer just selling you the bags and they were making the design themselves. I'm a Barcelonan retailer, and Barcelona is a design city. It's an absolute fantastic design city. So within my possibilities, I would like my commerce to be in parallel with the city. We have another initiative, BBT. You have probably gone to some of the shops of BBT. And a lot of online selling. We have Jordi Arias, its owner. So explain us, what's the innovation in your case? What's the innovation in BBT? If you allow me, I would like to explain that BBT is a tea shop. It is true what Salvador Sanz is saying. He is an institution. His packaging is inspiring for the city and for the rest of retailers. We have been observing this. And since I was a child, I wanted to have a shop. I dreamt of having a bookshop or a stationery shop. And my father was a retailer. I'm from a generation that retailer parents were telling us just to go to university and just live in the shop. And I did. I just followed some studies, but afterwards I opened the shop. I opened first shop in the Ort neighborhood, so it was easy for me because I knew the context. And afterwards I opened a new shop in Sant Antoni neighborhood. I always thought that I shouldn't focus only to my neighborhood clients, but I needed to open my focus because my product is quite a minority one. And I thought that that my duty was to grow, and the growth could be online. So in 2010 and 2012, we decided to translate these small shops into selling all through Spain. It's quite a sensory purchase because people normally come to the shop, they just feel the smell of the teas and so on. So it was quite difficult to imagine how this would work online. We just committed with all this, but we never forgot we are a neighborhood retail. And we try to reach the maximum clients possible. Before we were talking about the experience in Portugal, so try to bring all the digital natives also to the physical experience. How do you use any technology, any artificial intelligence? In these latest years, the artificial intelligence for a small shop like us is a wonder, because AI helps me in the shop. In the shop we are two, it's me and another colleague. We don't have many time to prepare all the orders online. So for instance, if we have a spring tea, the artificial intelligence may help me just think about a name for this tea, this green tea with pistachio and berries. And also just to prepare the details of the product to put on Instagram or in the website. Obviously, you're working with your product, you know what you're working with, but you need to put a soul on it as well. And the artificial intelligence for small retailers is another tool that provides us with a lot of opportunities. Innovating means just moving all around. This is also the case of Raima. Let's talk with them right now in another aspect also that have just talked with the Italy responsibles, that sometimes they need to put some campaigns on for the generational shift. But this was not your case. We are really happy to have you here with this iconic stationery shop. So here we have Raima, the biggest stationery shop in Europe, 40 years old in the city center. Thank you for being here, Nuria. Neil, explain us a little bit how you worked on the generational shift.
Thank you very much. We're very happy to be here with you. It's an honor because in our daily life, we open the shop, close the shop, and we don't have much time, extra time. So being here and sharing, because we like to share, it's something that is very exciting for us. And the fact that Europe has taken Barcelona into account, because I always say that Barcelona, we love the city as Barcelonans. I didn't think as Jordi, I wanted to be a flight attendant, but I couldn't be one because I wasn't tall enough. So life brings you to unexpected places, and I arrived to Barcelona. I'm not originally from Barcelona, and I ran into a 60 square meter store in Carrer Comtal in the Gothic neighborhood in Barcelona. I arrived in 1979, and in 1986, we took the leap to Raima as the biggest stationery shop in Europe and the most beautiful one. Thank you. The paper that inspires Barcelona. We were strong believers on paper, and it runs in our veins. It's our DNA. We have over 3,000 types of paper, but that's another story. When I was preparing this meeting, it's difficult when we talk about the first and second generation. This year, we're going to be turning 40 years that we exist as Raima, but 50 as La Carpeta, the first one. It was me, the one who started it. And how did we arrive here? We were offering an exquisite service to our clients. We love our clients. We understand what service is. And what we want is to offer a service to the client. The client is forever, not for one day. So when we talk about Barcelona, we talk about a touristic city. The tourist comes and goes, but the ones that are here, we live here, and we want to have this approach and sharing this emotion, passion, this eagerness for people to exit our stores in a different mood. I'm not trying to advertise it here. It's just a reality. So we've come to this point, not because not because of the Nuria, myself in the past, but for the whole team that believed in the project, and we've worked together. But Nuria, in this trajectory, you've had 2 kids, And maybe you have wondered, all this that I'm building, what's going to happen in the future if my kids do not want to follow my business? Or did you know they were going to follow your path? Well, to be honest, I didn't think. The passion for a job, for a business, to give a better social life for everybody is a daily task. We do not have time to do anything else. The board that we have is very active. We like to do many things. And when you talk about innovation, we also apply innovation creativity. And we gave it a soul. Our store has a smell, color, and we have so many things to share that we arrive here because passion wouldn't let us sleep. And thinking about generational shift, my daughter rides horses and I work with paper, so it has nothing to do. And Neil has seen us leave our house very early in the morning, coming back very late, and I wasn't sure that Neil was going to take this generational shift, because this is my whole life project. I've turned 70. You are younger than me, but I do not contemplate retiring. Maybe having a slightly better life, but not retiring. Neil, I think it's your turn now, because she doesn't conceive now retirement. So how do you cope with sharing this workspace with your mother and sharing this passion, the store, with lots of happiness and respect for the job that has been done so well in these 40 years, this incredible energy that doesn't burn out. It is very important to carry out in the future without losing this essence that I've lived since I was a kid, and I've been living this since I was a kid, and it's a pleasure and honor to be in the center of Barcelona. And the city center needs iconic stores like ours that give identity to the neighborhood. Another value that she's given me is the value to help the neighborhood, to offer something more beyond only a store. Many people say that they come to find inspiration at Raima, and wow, that's beautiful. If you have a bad day, then you come to Raima. Many clients say this to us, and I think we've managed to be something in the center of Barcelona to attract Barcelonans. And when did you decide you wanted to continue with this beautiful family story? I think there was a before and after. When in 2018, when we did the renovation, we grew and expanded up to 6 floors. We had a meeting, a talk. I was in the US training, in Melbourne, Australia too, and I gathered many ideas. I always say that when you travel, you grow. And besides the store, we've launched a cultural artistic hall to bring visibility to many artists, local artists that do not have the space to exhibit their work, where they can be fairly treated and to collaborate with them. And Nuria, for you, living with him and with this generational shift, how do you live with this in your daily life? With a lot of respect. I have to confess that, yes, I need to stay quiet many times, but it's not difficult. We need to communicate a lot, and we need to have respect to each other. The new generation will do different things than the ones that you did, and you need to respect that. And we can share ideas and say our opinion. That's the only way to create a different world. The ones that are at a certain age, we should start heading out. Do you have any recommendation for people that are listening to us and that are considering this transition, besides the respect that you mentioned? Something very important that I didn't mention, because I talk a lot, which is be fearless. We need to be brave Anytime, any person who is in the face of a business, I don't know, maybe public administration, if you allow me to say, we need to be brave. We need these people to help us. We are slightly forgotten. I know we're talking about this a lot these days, but we feel forgotten. And what do we need? We need to be brave, to be fearless. And when all these changes happen, we need to adapt, because either you adapt or you have to head out. So I'd like to say, if you have the chance to do something, do not fear to be brave and go forward. What do you think, Neil? I've lived it always. So I've been integrating it. So that is wonderful. We talked about innovation, generational shift, and now we will move to another axis, which is being with the neighbors, greeting each other, knowing who is who, and saying good morning. I am from Les Corts neighborhood, and I'm not from a small town, but I've lived in Barcelona for many years, and I love to go to the shoe repair shop and say hi, and to the to different stores. And so now we have my market, the president of Marine Association. And could you please explain the projects that you are launching from your association? The daily life is the amazing aspect of our small retail. What do? We do social cohesion. We work a lot, because they all can also say that, because we have to take care of our commerce, of our retail, of our clients. And from the organization, we have projects that emerge from the institutions, but also from the entities in our commercial access. We launched the project Purple Spaces and also the Radas project. These are the two most important links that we have to have this relationship with our neighbors. This Radas project is a project where we take care of our elders. The city is growing older, and we have many people who are of a certain age and for certain circumstances might live alone. And this project is a link between neighbors, retail, small retail. And so we try to have the participation of all the small retails concerning health. So, for example, pharmacies. And so that was an indicator that elders were protected by the surveillance of these retailers that were trying to take care of these people that might be alone in the city, their children were living elsewhere, or that were working the whole day and couldn't take care of them. So that's one of the most important projects. And what other things were you doing with this project? Taking care of that, surveilling that person that was going alone. And when you see this person stops coming, so you get in touch with the appropriate people or institutions to ask what's going on. And that's important because we feel sheltered by our neighbors, which are our retailers. That is priceless, to have such a human fabric of retailers. I agree with all the explanations that have been done, and we work with our clients and our neighbors, because this is it. Your client, if your client says good morning to you in the morning, you know that this person has passed by, and this, what we do, we live in a small village in a big town. We are the second generation of a custom picture framing. My parents opened it in 1976. Sadly, I do not have a generational shift. My children do not want to continue the business. But if I would love for somebody to be interested in following my business. I love the project that you have, talking with the projects that with the artists in your project, because culture is also city. And everything that is good for the city is good for the neighbors and for the citizens. When we were preparing this round table, this panel, we talked about the project in which the climate shelter role of the stores. In the Barcelona City Council, they have a representative, which is me, that sees all the problems around this climate change and that the city is suffering. So that is a very positive initiative so that small retail can be a climate shelter for anybody who is around the neighborhood. And also for the people that for their vulnerable situation can maybe just go to the pharmacy, stay there for a bit and enjoy this climate shelter. And all this creates a better bond in the city. We've talked about this title year, but what does this mean to you? I don't know if you want to start explaining, because you were in Brussels, the way you live this project. This is a word that has become a project because it has over 200 activities, strategic plans. So this title year is an award for the whole sector, for retail, and it was born from the entities, Barcelona Comerç, and the support of other entities, and the Barcelona City Council, and that is something that makes us proud. And the important part is that it reaches the citizens, that they feel and they get to know and participate of all this. Will you do things? Well, we won't stop, right, Salvador? They were talking about sharing and making this sector more visible. One of the key aspects is to learn from the world. You've done this a lot in Cafés El Magnífico, learning from the world. Well, thank God, my product, or the two products that we have, are wonderful because you can be connected with the whole planet. There's coffee in the whole tropical belt, and this allows you to get to know people all around the world, get to know their job, and it's an honor to make known the products of the best coffee makers through our stores, and that coffee stops being a commodity and turns to be something personal that somebody did in a remote place in India or in Nicaragua or in any remote place in Kenya or Ethiopia. This is one of the most beautiful things of our craft, and that fulfills you, makes you very proud. Before, Nadia mentioned as he was mentioning we have to travel and see the world. We were talking about AI applied to the tea world. Can we apply AI to the coffee world? Yeah, of course, I'm sure. Hopefully only with specific things, as he mentioned, with the stocks of our warehouses. But it is obvious that in our stores, what we aim for is the human bond. There's nothing more beautiful than having somebody young coming to your store that has just left their house or has created a new family. You knew their grandparents and you've seen their mother pregnant. You see this woman now that has gotten married, and following the tradition, they come to you to buy the coffee. And after 2, 3, 4 generations, they keep purchasing the coffee in your store. And this is so moving. it is difficult to explain. Even if the city keeps changing, the people are evolving, generation after generation, this human warmth does it prevail? There's people that says that youngsters are always attached to their phones, they're colder. But when you are mentioning these ideas, do you see changes in the clients that are visiting your stores? Oh, sorry. I think many times in the retail world, we stigmatize youngsters saying they do not purchase in local small retail. But because sometimes we're not offering it. But for example, in our stores that are very sensorial, in our case, the widest audience that we have for clients are young people. And if not now, in some years they'll come. We're losing the experience. With the clicks, we're losing the experiences. The experiences are lived in real life. That is clear. Proximity with the client is priceless. It's something that nourishes you for free and brings you positive energy. And thanks to the clients, we've gotten this far. And of course, the mentality is changing, needless to say, but we have to adapt to the changes. There are good things and things that are not as good, but we shouldn't forget what is good. We have to keep repeating what is good and not bringing down and trying to the old version and trying to build something new. How do you value this? I'm very happy, very excited because Europe is seeing us as small retail, because this is a daily fight. Because this is something we do and we say daily. We are in love with our small retail, with our streets, our clients, people, and the world belongs to the people. Many things can happen, but the world belongs to the people. And approaching and being this close to the people is what gives us value. And do you think we can be ambassadors in the world? Can we be ambassadors for the European Union? Yes, we are eager to do whatever is needed for our society, for Europe. We are eager to do whatever it takes because we are in love of doing things right. Neil, you have learned this from a very young age. They told you to study, go elsewhere, come back. You've listened to the experiences in Italy, Portugal. How do you leave this tidal year? I think it's very interesting, and all the help that we can receive is very much welcome. All of you that are here have said it. Every day, every hour, we are in the street with the people, and everything that involves the growth is welcome. And as a second generation, I'm very proud to see that we are developing new things. And Eva, in your case, with this experience and what we're saying, there's a passion with what we're saying from the colleagues, from the other shortlisted cities, and that's beautiful. And we shouldn't lose it, because if we lose this passion, and then we are going in a bad path. But when a young person discovers the small retail, gets excited, and that's the experience that we have, what we have to offer, that you can touch the project, get to know how it's done. And so that is beautiful. And if we can translate this into into different European cities, then it's wonderful that Barcelona can play this role. And to end, there are many stores, many retailers. Could you send them a message if they feel down one day, when they say, well, it's hard, there's a passion, but it's hard to open every day when people are buying online? And sometimes neighbors go by and do not purchase in local stores. So what's the message that you have for your fellow retailers? I would like to go for what you were saying, the strength of illusion, being fearless, and I'd like to have the public administration participate and join the project. And these new generations, tell them not to lose this. It is evident in all levels, at administrative level, the rent, all these are, we need to polish all these aspects to achieve the former Barcelona that flourished. If we achieve this, if we go back to the right path, we will manage to have the small retail back on track. I'd rather mention this to the people in the street. Go back to your butchers, go back to your local stores and to the stationery shop to buy paper to write a letter. If we all enjoy again walking around our city and looking around and being astonished by the wonderful stores that we have around, I'm sure that they will go back to our colleagues' stores and they will enjoy the job that they do. And well, you opened an online store, right, to sell coffee, and this, has it meant that you have less customers in the store? Well, there are many people from outside of the city that would come to Barcelona to buy coffee, and they are the ones that are purchasing online. Or maybe they purchase in their local stores, or in villages where they do not have coffee roasters. If they remember that when they were in Barcelona, they went to buy at our store, then they are the ones buying online. Well, do you see that now that you have e-commerce, you have less customers? Yes, it has changed. We have less people in our store for many reasons. Well, Born, the neighborhood, doesn't attract as many people as before. When I was a kid, in Estació de França, the Francis train station, many people were arriving that then would go to the Born neighborhood, but the town has changed. And it seems like people are only purchasing around their house. People are not moving as much. They're cocooning now. So in our neighborhood, when I was a kid, there were many residents, and now we don't have as many residents. It is true, and it has many challenges linked to the dynamics happening now in the city, tourism, expats, mobility. And let me explain that during the pandemic, we had the most similar situation as to living without retail. And I think people from Barcelona will lift it, that in that time, we had people coming to the store saying, I do not need tea right now, but I'm coming here because I want to help you. So people who wanted to show solidarity and help. And what would be a city without retail? It would be a dead city. So we need to be active and educate on that. I don't know if you want to add anything else to wrap up. Otherwise, I wanted to congratulate you because you belong to this commercial district. You shared your ideas in terms of increasing social cohesion with our neighbors, with the programs that you explained, the radars or the climate shelters that are tangible in our daily lives, or the good morning that we can say to our neighbor. the projects of generational shift, the biggest and most beautiful stationery shop in Europe, Raima, 40 years, and Raima, 50 years of experience. Congratulations on your generational shift, and also with innovational projects with the coffee or tea, where you said there's so much innovation behind. We're not astrophysicians, but you accompany experiences of people who can come and taste the coffee or the tea in your stores, or even using AI to naming different teas. Thank you very much. Congratulations. And I just, to wrap up the today's session, I wanted to thank you all. As a journalist, I cannot avoid pointing out different highlights of this morning, where we've listened to so many voices from different places. We've seen videos from Portugal, Italy, we've seen experiences, we've listened to different representatives of the EU, the testimony of people who are at the forefront of different stores. Things as this 2026, we will color Barcelona with commerce. Where we have commerce or retail, we have opportunities, we foster relationships. Where we have local retail, we have life. We've met the Cilantro Declaration with its 7 principles to foster the small retail, but in your case, there's no generational shift, but they've had experience with that. We got to know this as 7-minute also idea. You mentioned that commerce is a cultural infrastructure. You said that 1 click costs a lot. We got to know the Caldas de Rainha digital initiative, more people in the street, more visible, care, create, tell. I think we need to do this work of explaining and disseminating this title year. It's going to be a beautiful year with over 200 activity, with strategic plans, boost plans. We will be ambassadors, proud ambassadors, and as the deputy mayor said, we will have a fairer Europe, more human Europe. Those who take risks, those who open their store every year, those who innovate, who create, who talk to the neighbors. With all this local small retail in Barcelona, you make Barcelona a more human city. Thank you very much for your daily work. Congratulations to the City Council, to the institutions that made this possible, for winning this European Capital of Small Retail Award, and congratulations on this wonderful year ahead. Thank you. And now we have our lunch here outside in a hall outside of this one, and you are all welcome and invited to come to keep sharing your projects. Thank you very much.